Well, hello everyone and welcome back. It's Joni here at Joni's Journal. Sorry about the squeaky chair. You might remember in my video, my last 3 videos, it was only supposed to be 2, but because of Hurricane Milton, my editing, my uploading was not working for me. So first of all, how is everyone? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing better. You can probably hear it in my voice. No trepidation about an upcoming hurricane, and things have settled down. It's very windy here today, but that's typical because we do live near the water. Anyway, hi Celeste, how are you? Just want to say hi. You might remember as I was saying, my last 3 videos, which was only supposed to be 2 videos, we made these little holiday treat bags. In particular, these are Christmas bags, but as I have explained, you can use them for anything. I did in fact make a Halloween one, which is over there on my sewing table, and I forgot to bring it over, but you saw that in the last video. I also had promised in the last video that we would be making Christmas cards using the same Festive Compendium kit from Tracy Fox. Hi, Tracy. I hope you're feeling well today. And so I have actually been working very diligently for the entire week on Christmas cards. Let me just put these aside. And I have been using some of my Elizabeth Craft designs, the Christmas stocking dies, and I've been coloring, cutting, and just making all of these little things, these little stockings, to go atop some cards that I've made using different patterned papers. And yeah, so I figured I would come along and I would show you what I've been doing with the Festive Compendium kit. So you can see this is decorated using one of my little stamps from Woodware. It's the snowman. I can't remember the name right now. And again, I attached some of those little clear jewels. I'm hoping that maybe they'll reflect a little if I twist them back and forth. And stamping some sayings from the same kit and making a saying inside. So I've done several with the snowman. You can see on this one. This one's going to be a little obnoxious probably on camera because it's mirrored paper that I got from Michael's. But you can see here that I've attached some little string to it just to give it a little bit of decoration. This is Merry Christmas. I do remember the name of that one. And you can see here again, I've attached the little string on the bottom and those little clear gems again. And another one with Merry Christmas. But what I've also done, I'm just going to put these over here so they don't get damaged, is I've also been making, designing. I've left a few that we can do together, but designing some using the paper from the Festive Compendium kit. Now, on these, you're probably saying, well, Joni, I can barely tell what the paper is in the background, but I like to layer my cards. So I have also taken some of the paper and I have decorated the back of the cards. Okay, and on the inside, I've used some plain white cardstock because you can do these in craft, or you can, let me just grab one, my little mousse over here. I've colored all of these using alcohol markers. So yeah, that's how they got to be like this. But you can make them using white cardstock, and using your inner liner, you can do the opposite and use the craft stock. But you can see I have indeed used the Festive Compendium paper, and you do actually still see the paper because I like a hefty card. This is the Hammermill white cardstock, and I believe I bought the 65 pound, or it may even be the 80. And these are cardstocks that I've gotten probably from Michael's, and they are 65 pound, and I do print on the Hammermill, and it probably is 65 pound. I can check and I'll come back and tell you that later. But yeah, I do. My cards are hefty cards. Okay, I like them to be able to stand up. You can put them in one of those little plate holders and use them as a decoration. I like a hefty card, and I do, of course, make my own envelopes using the envelope punch board, which I believe I showed you guys on video, oh gosh, a while ago. But you can see here that I have cut out some of the little bits. If you print out the kit, you get these little tiny journal cards and, of course, the decorative images. And I've just layered a collage onto the paper, and I've cut my paper out. And what I generally do is, because this is such a decorative paper, I take the plainer side, the one with less images and just more colorful stuff, to use on the front of the card. And I save the areas with the big, lovely images on them to decorate the back of the card. And then, as I said, I will put some paper inside. And then you can see here that I've just laid my little stamped saying onto another piece of red cardstock, just so it stands out. But yeah, okay, so that's what we're going to do. What I have done, though, I have prepared a few that are already ready, and all we have to do is the collage. On this particular one, I left everything off of it. And you can see, like I said, I used the plainer piece of the paper, meaning that there's not as many images on here. I mean, this is gorgeous. It's a desert image with, of course, the well, I say the North Star, but it's the Star of Jesus, or the baby Star of baby Jesus. And so, yeah, I have my craft stock on the inside. But on the back, this is the other portion of the paper. And you can see here, it has this pretty poinsettia and the little image of the snowman and the North Pole. So, you would have to decide how you cut your paper. But like I said, I try to take the larger, more powerful image and leave that for the back. Now, let me tell you how you would have to cut your paper if you want to do your cards this size. Mine are 5x7. I don't know any of those A2, A4, A6. I don't know what any of those measurements are. My card is 5x7. So you generally, sensibly, you have to cut a piece of paper that's 10 wide and 7 high. And you can either score it at 5, or you can just fold it in half. Whatever works best for you. Fold it in half and take your bone folder if you have one, or you can use the edge of your scissors just to flatten it out so you have a nice crease. These papers here, the decorative papers, I cut to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. They leave a nice attractive border on them. You could make it smaller or bigger. You can cover up if you don't want a border. And then this little piece here, which I'm calling the centerpiece of the card, and I will lay here just to perhaps make the images that we're going to collage onto it stand out a little better. This piece is 4x6. Okay, we're going to glue that on after. And then this inner piece, if you choose to have it, if you want to do it in a different color, if you want to just make it perhaps a little bit layered and use the same color cardstock as your card is, you can do that too. This piece, again, is also cut at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So now we have our basic layout of our card, and we're just going to put it together. Okay, I have done inking around the edges of the images on these cards, and I have also gone ahead and inked around these little ephemera pieces. I want to make them pop, okay? I'll just grab the mousse here. On these, I did no inking at all, okay? But you know me, I love the grunge. I wanted to make them pop. I think I'll just leave that one there so you can keep looking at it while we're working ahead here. Now, I have been using my glue bottle all morning because along with designing these cards for Tracy, I've also been die cutting and gluing together little itsy bitsies that I'm going to use on my other cards, which are formulated mostly from die cuts and from other papers that I have as well. And then by the time I finish all of these cards, the ones using Tracy's kit and the ones using my die cutting, I should have plenty of cards to give to family that will come for dinner on Christmas, to mail out to my cousins that live in other states, and perhaps give to friends at work. Okay, now I have not inked the red piece because I don't think it needs it. And then we have these 3 little images here, and I want to make my snowman be the centerpiece. So I'm going to kind of lay these pieces out, maybe in like a little, I don't know, it's not even a triangular shape, but a little, I don't know. I'm going to put one in one corner and one in the other corner. Let's call it that. Okay, and then I thought we could just lay our snowman in the middle here. And you see how if you lay out the pieces properly, you can pull out and make obvious the images that you want to show from the little, either it be the paper or the little journal cards that are in the kit. It's up to you how you want things to be seen on the card. Like I said, I wanted to showcase the bigger, prettier, not prettier, but the bigger, more pronounced bits on each sheet of the kit papers. And so that's how I laid mine out. I made the back with the larger images just so they kind of pop. And then we're going to lay that one down like that. And you can see I tried to make it even from both corners. And I'm going to do the same with this piece here. And then we're just going to pop our little snowman on. So yeah, you might be wondering how come all of a sudden I'm doing Christmas in October. Generally, I do Halloween in October. But what's begun to happen is I've had the necessity to make little gifts for people and, give things away to people that let me explain. My videos, when I do something without, it being a kit that might be something that people are well aware of. As you know, I'm on the creative design team for Tracy Fox. And so I generally get a good viewing. I have a lot of people that come over and check out my videos when I'm doing something that's more pronounced. I tend to do my crafty videos and they don't get as many views. And kind of my feeling is, well, people might not be interested. And so, as I was saying, a lot of the things that I've been doing for Halloween are gift-related items. For instance, I had my cousins over, and I showed you the tags and the little gift boxes that I made. If I had made them on video, it's very apparent to me that no one really would have cared to look. So I don't want to waste anyone's time by putting out those kind of videos and just having people not really be interested. So that's why I've decided to leap ahead to Christmas. Now, this is our little saying. I did write down, yes, I did. This little piece is 2.5. This red piece here is 2.5 by 4 by 2.5. And I cut it to fit my saying. Now, if you stamp out a saying or if you hand write a saying and you want to use this idea of putting it on to another layer in your card, you're really going to have to measure to see what fits for you. But I made it longer than taller because I kind of want to be able to write, "Dear my best friend, love your best friend," and put the year up here, and perhaps have a little room on here to write a little note, you know, "Happy holidays," or "I love you, it's great to see you." So I kind of made it narrower than taller so that I did have the room to do that on either side of my saying. But if you want to get an idea, as I said, this is 4 by 2.5, and my saying that I stamped is just about 2.5 itself by 1.5. So that'll give you an idea of the difference in sizes for the little things that I made. So yeah, I have been making a lot for Halloween, but other than, and I should have brought it over too, I might just do a separate video. I did make a Tim Holtz Halloween journal, fashioned after all of the beautiful makes on his Halloween, his ideology Halloween video. And I adore when Susie at Shabby Soul makes a journal. And this one's in there a little bit off center. But normally, if I was watching what I was doing, this would have been centered from side to side. Oh, well, no one's going to know that that was my intention. Yeah, I did make a Halloween journal using a lot of Tim Holtz ephemera, and I might just do a walkthrough of that in a separate video. So there you go. There's our little card. And you can see I coordinated these colors with these colors, but you could do whatever you want. I do have a couple of more that I have already. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, see, I had one that I was going to show you how I put the whole card together. All right, we'll leave that for now, and I will do that without you. I should have done that first, and I didn't even realize I've had these things stacked beside my table, my work surface here, since the beginning of the week. But yeah, I did have this one out, and you can see, again, I used the plainer side, the one with less images, on the front because we're going to cover most of it up. And I left this beautiful image of the little, I'm going to say robin redbreast. I'm not a bird person. I put it on the back. So yeah, you can see, again, what we'll just simply do is we will glue our little red centerpiece on here. And I do, for this particular card, I picked out an image from the wonderful Woodland Christmas Creatures kit. It's quite a mouthful, and I can never remember if it's Wonderful Woodland or Woodland Wonders Christmas Creatures. I will link it. I will link these kits too. I don't know. I can't link any of the paper that I've purchased from Michael's because I just don't know how. I will link the Hammermill, the white Hammermill cardstock. But you guys, if you purchase paper, you know where you want to go to get your craft stock and stuff like that, and your red paper. This all came from Michael's. And again, here we have the same thing. I picked out 2 little journal cards from the kit. And basically, it's the same idea. I'm going to put one up here in the corner, like so. And I'm going to leave the little nutcracker showing. And I'm just going to put one down here in the bottom. And again, I tend to do this design when the centerpiece image is a rectangular one, because I just kind of feel that it balances itself by doing it this way. And, you know, instead of going all over the place with it. I mean, on this one, I did kind of go out and up and around. But on this card, I have a centerpiece, so I kind of don't want to drift off of the centerpiece. I want my images to stay within this area. So again, we would glue that down like this, okay? And I'm gonna glue it down, all right? So you can get an idea again of how I do it. And yeah, I was droning on about Halloween. Yes, I've been making a lot of Halloween treat bags because we've been invited by our neighbor, which is so fun to me because I didn't really celebrate Halloween as a child. You've probably heard me say this before. I did not live in a safe neighborhood growing up back in the Bronx in New York. So my parents tended not to take us out trick-or-treating as we got older. When I was probably about 4, I do remember going trick-or-treating once in the building, and I think it was only to neighbors that we knew. And yeah, but as I got older and we moved to another neighborhood, my parents didn't feel safe with me. I lived in a 26-story building. My parents just didn't feel safe with me going up and down the staircases and in the elevators and things. So I never trick-or-treated much as a child, which, you know, I made up for when my daughter was born, because I always made sure that she had a special Halloween and that we did take her trick-or-treating. Yeah, see, that's the little guy from the Woodland Creatures. That's what I'm going to call it because I'm probably going to get the name wrong. And let's see, I have the same size sentiment for the inside. So let's see if I can actually pay attention to what I'm doing here. But as I was saying, when my daughter was little and into preteen and early teen, I did make sure that she had a special Halloween and that she went trick-or-treating and that I handmade her costumes when she was little and stuff like that, because I didn't want her to miss out. So as an adult, for me to get invited to a Halloween party, I feel like a little kid. I'm like, oh, I get to go to a Halloween party. Isn't that wonderful? But I'm going to make as my bring along, because I always like to bring things to other people's houses when I've been invited over. I am making Witch's Cauldron cupcakes. And I'm going to be using the little plastic cauldrons. I bought mine on Amazon. And I probably will use a boxed cake mix to make the cupcakes. But I saw them on Pinterest, and I just had to make them. They're adorable. And so, yeah, I'm going to make those. And also, I'm going to bring along little treat bags for the adults that will be at the party. I'm planning on making 20, which we've gone to another party at their house, and judging by the amount of people that were there, I think 20 is plenty. And this is on here. Is it crooked? No, it seems to be fine. But yeah, so I'm making those, and I'm going to use some of my die cuts and make little witches' legs to kind of pop out the top of the cake. Now here you can see I have just 2 images, and I am just going to lay them like this. This is the little nutcracker and the little gifts here, and I'm just going to kind of lay them and center them. And then I think we will sign off, because my doggies appear to need to go out, but they can hang on because they've been out a few times today. So it's nothing that urgent. I don't want to have to edit this video and splice anything because the Wi-Fi just was not giving me any good moves over the past few days. And with the wind today, I want to do this whole video in one take. So yeah, we'll just finish up the front of that. So that's basically why I've been doing Christmas and not Halloween. I may come back after I die cut all of the treat bags and show you what I'm doing. I have been shopping at scrapbook.com. I broke down and I bought myself a glue press. For those of you that don't know what that is, you put your glue, and it's in a handle and it sits in a stand. And it makes it easier, first of all, for people with arthritis, which is not my situation, to be able to use their glue and just squeeze instead of having to squeeze like this, which can hurt your joints if you have arthritis. I want it because hopefully it will keep my glue ready to go every single time. And I won't have to be concerned with whether or not my glue is going to come out when I need it to. Okay, and there we go. We have our sentiment on. Seems to be centered and also straight. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you watched till the end to see how you can make your own precious little cards using, and I will show you this in my next video. I didn't realize I hadn't put that one together. So yeah, you can see how you can use your kits again in many different ways. The little treat bags, like so, Christmas cards, you name it. Just got to use your imagination, or watch me and I'll use my imagination and help you out. Okay, guys, I'm going to send you lots of love, big hugs, and ask you to please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. If I get to 1,500 subscribers, I have plenty of ways to go on that. I keep losing subscribers, and I think that might be because I'm doing videos no one's interested in. I don't know. I plan on giving this away. Okay, if I reach 1,500 subscribers, I will do a drawing. It's a stamp by Woodware, and you can see it is a stamp of a grungy tag that comes along with a little safety pin, little postage notes and stuff. So yeah, this will be my gift if I can get up to 1,500 subscribers, which I hopefully will do. Okay, guys, love, hugs, like, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Take care.